Hello, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It feels so different not being on as much with the guided meditation. So I do miss them. Pardon today. I was supposed to get my second shot today, and I got all, worked up in my head and went to Walgreens and stood in line and got there, and my appointment's tomorrow. So that's how it rolls. Good evening, Priscilla. Thank you for being here. And welcome, everyone. Come on in. Let me know where you're watching from. Don't be shy. And we will have our guest speaker with us in a little bit. She will be, she's rushing home. So hello, Irma. Good to see you. And Robin, good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. See where my brain is? This evening. It's been an interesting month, I have to tell you. Now, we're going to have Ginger tonight, obviously, but I want to tell you what's coming up next. Next week, we're having Melissa Kim Corder. She's a beautiful person. I've been on her live. She's going to be on my live. We're going to talk about manifestation. And you know that I talk about manifestation. So how do we spring into action? Because that's the theme of the month, of going into what we want. What do we want to manifest? So love to have her on here. Now, I want to tell you there's a surprise guest. So that's Wednesday. There's a surprise guest this Saturday. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'm super excited for this person to be here. And I'm not telling anybody. So I'm keeping my promise to Robin. I'm not saying anything. Hello, Beth Rogers. Good to see you. Dee Dee, hello. Well, for Saturday, it's a surprise. But for next week, we'll have Melissa. And then the 24th, guys, the 24th, I will be on maybe earlier, but I'll let you guys know. I'm leaving for Washington State from the 21st through the 26th. I'm taking a sabbatical for me. I'm going on my own personal retreat. I'm so excited, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hello, Donna from Texas. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Jocelyn, hello. Good to see you. And yes, zip. Nita, good evening. Slurping soup and catching at least part of this. Enjoy the soup. What kind of soup? We're waiting for Ginger, and I'm stalling. So let me tell you some other things. So on the 27th, mark your calendars. On the 27th at 6 p.m. Central Time, a friend of mine, her name is Elena. I introduced kind of sort of her after I had my reading. It was exciting. It was a face reading. She will actually talk about the face readings. So we're going to have an intro to her on the 27th, and then she'll be actually on in May. So super exciting. Super, super exciting. Hello, Mary Love. Good to see you. I did see your little note. What did you say earlier about this is why I use Post-it notes? Yes, I agree with you. So Willow is sitting here next to me. And Sharon, hello. This is my Linktree, guys. Feel free to go to Linktree and look at all the social media stuff. I am also, I guess I can share this with you. I'm also doing a detox. So let me do a COVID shot and a detox. And it's been interesting. It's only day 2, but it's no bread, so no carbs, no sugar, no dairy. And I'm so excited about doing, and really, truly, I'm excited about doing the detox because it will just reset me for a healthier eating style. And it's something that I'm excited about. Now, thank you. And thank you so much. Our special guest, Ginger, has entered the room. I will tell you guys about her in a bit. Now, also on the 28th, as Priscilla has listed, Esther I did this name again. Spitalnik will be with us, and she's a personal success coach. To try and say her name 3 times fast. Detox. It's exactly what I need. I'm beginning to have food allergies. Yes, a detox is really good, and there's supplements that go with this detox that I'm taking. Hello, Dorothy. Good to see you. Well, without further ado, guys, I'm so excited. It's like, ta-da, she appears. I am going to do one quick thing because I'll change that so you guys can see the little logo in the corner. I have the joy of knowing Ginger through Celebrate Your Life, and we just became friendly. We hit it off. She's been on with us before. Ginger is not only an allopathic nurse, but she's a psychic medium. She is an herbalist. She does flower essences. She does oils. She does so much, and we're going to find out all about it and how to plant the seeds of intention. Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I just want to make sure everybody can hear us. There's not an echo because I'm not wearing in my things, and we're good. So welcome. Do you want to tell people a little bit about you?
Oh, I have to talk about myself?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Let me, I want to make sure I'm not echoing at all also. So, hi, everybody. I'm Ginger, and I am I'm an all-around holistic healer, I think is how you would put it. I've born as a psychic. I was born psychic medium, kind of came out. It is echoing. I hope it's not too bad. We'll see. If it keeps echoing, I'll have to maybe go get my earphones. Let me know if it keeps echoing after you hook up. Are you hooking in, or you want me to get my earphones?
Let's see if it switches.
Okay.
Okay. Is it? I can't even see this. There it is. Is it? How is that, guys? Is that bad?
Is that better? Is there echo now?
David? Hi, Ginger. Not bad here. Hello,
everybody.
Kelly. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Is that better?
Yeah. Is everybody? Let us know if the echo's still there.
Still there. Sorry.
There. So, let me see. What else can I tell you about myself? I work as a nurse and have been in the medical field for 35 years. I got to the point that I kind of wanted to learn a little bit more about what we could do to help people other than just give them a pill. So I started, and it started actually with my dog who had congestive heart failure, and I was frustrated with how the vets were treating him. And I was thinking there's got to be a way to give him natural medicine to help with his heart failure. And so I started studying herbs and what I could give dogs for congestive heart failure. So that's kind of how it started out initially. And then I had a horse that was a little bit anxious and would jump around a bit. So I wanted to find a way to calm the horse down. So I looked into aromatherapy to use my horse to help calm him down. He had been abused. So it took like a year of riding him before he would calm down, along with the oils and loving and kindness. And then I just started thinking, how can I take this and learn more about herbs and learn more about aromatherapy and apply it to people to help them on a holistic level. Then I also wanted to learn about flower essences. I found out, I started going to the herbal conferences here in Arizona, and I learned about the flower essences. And the chart that's behind me up here is a chart on homeopathic flower essences, and these are ones that are in the Southwest. So I just started wanting more and more and more. Once you start to learn it, you just want more. You want to find ways to help people heal. You want to find ways to get them to their mind, body, and their spirit without having to take medication. Medication's important, and you should always take it if you have a health issue. But there are ways to assist yourselves on many levels. So that's how I kind of got started. And the psychic medium part, I was just born that way. I just had to finally come out of the closet and own it. So,
and you are so well-rounded. You are really, I'm going to say this, but guys, she really is. Ginger is a plethora of information. I mean, what we learned the last 2 times was phenomenal. And we wanted to do something a little bit differently to spotlight. So the month today, April is all about spring into action. Yes. So how can we, as what you see, how can we step into planting seeds of intention? What is intention for you?
Intention for me for the spring, because spring comes, we have a very short little spring here where I live. So it's like, oh, how nice and pretty. Ugh, it's hot, so you have to grab it like while it's right there. But for me, springing into attention is about spring. It is about coming out of that winter, coming out of that where winter is about how everything goes to see, goes down into the earth and goes deep down into the earth, and everything gets quiet. And that's supposed to give you a time. Winter is meant on some energetic levels to give you time to reflect and to look back on things. The fall is letting go and releasing things and planting your seeds, and those seeds sit in the soil and they germinate and sit underneath the cold, and the Mother Earth keeps them very warm. And that's where you reflect on things, reflect on how this last year went for you, and how are you going to end the year, and what changes you're going to make when you come out of this winter, when the sun starts to shine bright again, and when the sun comes out. So intention for me is setting those intentions of, okay, I had this last year for a lot of us, the last of 2020. Was really difficult. People lost jobs. People, we couldn't go anywhere. Who would have thought that we would, and I love this, who would have thought that we would have to walk around with masks on? I mean, that's like a science fiction novel. Who would have ever thought that could have happened to us? And still is going on. And that is so closed off and so not communicative. I mean, we communicate to people with our eyes and with our smile. And so this winter, we had to sit back in a reflection. And what is our attention going to be towards this next year coming out? And hopefully things start to get better, and the virus starts to wane and go away. It'll never completely go away, but I mean, it will wane and start to be not as bad as it was for 2020. So my intention is, how can I be of service? How can I help people pull themselves out? Lots of depression. I watch and I see a lot of this, lots of depression, unfortunately, lots of increase in drug use, lots of increase in alcohol over this last year, lots of suicides, lots of people just giving up because they're lonely and they couldn't get out. So my intention would be, how could I be of service to step out and to help people pull out of that winter, to pull out of that darkness and come back into the light and find their sunshine again. Is that makes sense? That would be what
sure. Yeah. And I think you bring up a really good piece, because in indigenous cultures, they believe that the animal spirit guide of a bear is all about introspection, because the bear goes into the cave and hibernates and goes within. So like you said, we go in, and now we have to spring into, what is it that we want to set forward? What is it that we want to do? So when someone comes to see you and says, hey, I've got this going on, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Let's pick something. Okay. I have a goal of moving. And my goal of moving, let's say, because somebody just asked, Karen just said, where in Arizona are you? I'm gonna go in Sedona in October.
I'm in the valley. They call it the valley. I'm in the Phoenix metropolitan area. Sedona is about 105 miles north of me. So it's like an hour and a half drive to Sedona from where I'm at. So
let's say I want to go to Sedona and
Mhm.
I call you up and like, Ginger, I want a holistic treatment. My fear is, will I have enough to go? Will I, the fear is based on not knowing anybody. The fear is based on, and I'm doing this for a purpose, the
Mhm.
fear is based on uncertainty. So what would you suggest based on what we're talking about? How would you handle me? How would you handle me?
Well, how would I handle you? Well, I would kind of try to understand a little bit your fear of being by yourself and your fear of that uncertainty. I would try to figure out a little bit more about you, ask you some questions. Can you describe what that fear of uncertainty means to you? What is the uncertainty that you're afraid of? Is it uncertainty of the point A to point B in the travel point? Or is it the uncertainty of once you get there, you wouldn't know where to go? And then help you try to like set intentions. When you go to Sedona, what are your intentions? What are your goals when you go there? Are you going there just to hike? Are you going there to seek some holistic healing? Are you going there to find good food and just travel around a little bit? Is that kind of where you're aiming with this? I would try to find the fear. And then is it the fear of flying? Are you afraid to get on the plane and fly out there? And do we need to work about, what is it with the fear of flying and what can we do to help you with that? There are essential oils that you can use, to help you with those type of fears and releasing things. And I would try to find out, what's your intention? Why are you going to Sedona? Are you going just for vacation or do you want to go there because you want to find some spiritual awakening that's going on for you?
So yeah, sure. So setting the intention is
Mhm.
what we're talking about, guys, and setting the intention of what is it that you want, why? Because remember, when you set an intention, there is a result that you're hoping for.
Mhm.
And like working with Ginger, you can use, and she can use, her vast intuitive place pieces. You can use essential oils. You can use healing crystals. You can use uh, a variety of things, that flower essences that would help with getting you past the fear, because the fear is what blocks the intention.
Right.
Would you agree?
Right. I do
Okay.
agree. Is
Okay.
fear is edging out reality, or what does fear stand for? Um,
False
false evidence.
evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it what is it that you're afraid of? And I think that would be the main goal is finding out the basicness of the fear, because the fears are huge. It could just be the fear of there's going to be a bug there that I'm afraid of. And I'm afraid to go because of this bug that's on the ground. Who knows? Everybody has their fears and they're all valid.
So
Fears
my fear,
Mhm.
my fear, if I was to move, my fear would be, oh my gosh, I'm not taking the dogs on an airplane.
Mm.
It's going in the car, being with them. I can't keep them in the car for 14, 15 hours because that would be crazy. So I'd
Mhm.
have to make a longer trip. It would be going into, um, you know, 8 hours of driving, stopping, staying. Oh my God. What happens if I don't find, it's all those what ifs. What happens if I don't find a place that's going to take the car or the dog? What happens if the dogs get loose? What happens? It's all the, so we get stuck in here
Yeah.
and we don't drop down into here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
I
see what people are saying.
Okay.
I'll be in Phoenix too. I'm going for spiritual awakening because I've always been drawn to go there, eager to open myself to anything or everything. So much lost this year. Yes, I know, Karen. Karen lost her brother-in-law quite recently and also lost her mother a few months
Oh,
ago.
that's hard. Moms are hard. Moms are hard.
Yeah,
I went through
I
that.
imagine.
Moms are hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Big
challenging.
for you. Coming to Arizona though for you, Karen, it's Arizona and Sedona. We're part of the Heartline. And there's this Heartline that runs under the ocean and it runs through Maui. It actually runs through Arizona. So it can be very healing coming here. And especially if you come here and you go out to the sacred areas where the Native Americans have been and still are, and spend that time and ask the earth to hold you and ask the earth to talk to you and spend that time talking to spirit, it can be very, very healing here. I love it here. I get healed when I go outdoors. It's something different about the desert. It is a place of survival. All the plants here have always had to survive. So it teaches you survival and can be very healing.
And we all know it's not, if you guys don't like heat and if you don't like the desert, not for you. But Sedona is a little bit different.
It's about 10 or 15 degrees cooler than here, but it does get warm. It's a little bit of higher altitude, so you get more of that, but it's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it is here. Yeah.
What about, there's a really artsy place that scared the crap out of me when I had to drive up. Like I was like white knuckling it. It starts with a J. And I had to go all the way up and all the way up and all the way. It's an artsy town.
Jerome?
Jerome, yeah.
Oh, Jerome. I love Jerome. It's
beautiful.
Scary. Oh, yeah.
Ginger, I'm driving my friend's SUV. I went to stay with her after her heart attack because she had no family up there. I'm like, I'll come and cook and do whatever. She's like, let me take you here. I'm like, you're not taking me anywhere. And I said, she goes, no, I need to get out. Okay, so we're climbing up the mountain and there was no guardrail. And I'm going like this, oh my God, because when I see like heights, I automatically want to go that direction. So that's why, let me say this as I look in the camera. This is why I will not bungee jump. I do not want to do that. I know what happens to my body if I was like, no, thank you. Yeah. But I automatically want to fall forward or go to wherever it is. So I'm driving, looking like this, going, oh God. And I said, it's your car. I know the speed limit's 20. I'm going 5. I had the hazards on and I'm like, yeah.
Are you going up from Cottonwood up that direction or did you come in the back way?
I blocked it out, Ginger. I completely blocked it out. I have no idea.
The back way is worse and that's like hairpin turns.
Oh yeah, it was the back way then. We went the back way.
I did that on a motorcycle. I did that on my motorcycle.
Oh my God, Ginger. I couldn't. I just couldn't. All right, let's see what people say.
Yes, it was, but yes, Jerome.
Okay. So Arizona is a very special place and one of my favorite places. Like, excellent. New Mexico, yes. Jerome. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for watching. I made my friend drive in Jerome. I would agree with you, Michelle. You and I would never be able to go together in a car. We'd have to walk up that. We would have to walk up that drive.
When you come back, I'll drive you up to Jerome.
On your motorcycle?
Oh, yeah, I can throw you on the back if you want.
Well, you know what? You'd also be throwing me screaming, is what you would be doing.
In my car. I will take you in the car.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe I should go visit my sister in Tucson. Healing sounds nice. Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, Ginger, do you do singing bowls? Do you do healing with bowls?
I have a couple of singing bowls, and I have tuning forks, and I have singing bowls, and I do crystals, and I do Reiki. So yes, I can do sound therapy for people. So
yeah, that's great. Hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Dee Dee, good to see you. Hey, Nick. Good to see you. Pat, yes, I love Jerome. It was so good. What essential oils do you recommend as we move into spring?
Yes, we were going to talk about that, weren't we? Are we on that subject right now?
We're on that. Yeah, we would just want to kind of slide in there.
That was a good slide in. Yeah. That was so spring, and what we develop is spring fever because I've talked, and I don't know snow. So those of you that are in snow, I'm sorry. I don't know snow. I've lived in the desert my entire life. I've been to snow and it's kind of like a day trip, but I don't know what it's like to wake up to it, to drive through it, to do any of that. But I do know what it's like to drive at 100 when it's 120 degrees outside. So I don't know any of that. But so when you have spring fever, is that coming out of that darkness that we talked about and moving into the light and finding those little flower buds that are coming up and they're peeking up out of the dirt, and they're starting to go forward and life is starting to come back. The leaves are coming back on the trees, the birds are singing, the sky is getting blue and beautiful, and there's wispy clouds everywhere. So you've got, and the breeze is blowing. It's, of course, March is always very breezy here, and April's breezy here. So basically, when you're having the spring fever, and I took some notes, so I'm kind of looking out. So we have the shift and the increase of sunlight and the early sighting of flower buds and touching on the warm weather in the atmosphere. What you kind of want to talk about is that spring is an energetic quality. It's in Aries, and we're in Aries right now, aren't we? Yeah, we're still in Aries. We're in Aries, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So this is the beginning. If you think about spring, it's like the beginning. We went through the quote death, where everything got dark and everything went underground, and then now we're coming up into spring, and now it's the beginning. And Aries is the beginning sign of the zodiac. So if you look at the Aries and embodying that quality, we talk about the I am. So spring is about I am. And that's setting your intention. I am going to clean my house and get rid of things that no longer serve me. I am going to get outside and do more walking in the spring and get outside and relax. So that's all about the I am, new beginnings in action. So when we talk about the oils, you want to, you can burn like an incense. It's a really light incense that represents basically what I do for like the spring is I kind of set up an altar. And altars don't necessarily mean that you have to be a Wiccan or a pagan or anything. An altar, I mean, there's altars in churches and there's altars everywhere. What I try to do is I'll set up an altar. I'll find an incense that's light and green, that smells, it's springy and green smelling, and I'll use that. I'll also find a separate, like an object that represents new beginnings for me, and I'll place that on my altar, and then I'll add my essential oils. I'll use those on my altar. And then something that represents the four directions, the air, the four, earth, air, water, and fire. I'll try to set that up on my altar also. And then, to brighten up in the springtime, we think about the citruses, your citrus oils, your limes, your oranges, your lemons, your bergamots, your tangerines, all those things. Because if you think about it, in Arizona, we grow citrus here. So for us, it's kind of cool during the winter because they become ripe in like December and January. Mm-hmm. During those times of the month, oops, sorry, I have to turn my thing off. That's my my alarm.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a little Celtic thing. We think about the sunshine, and here we actually get the citrus in the wintertime here during that cold season when vitamin C is really important for us here. Even though for most people, I feel like I'm cold and it's 60 degrees outside and you guys are running around in shorts because you're so used to it. But the energizing things that if you take it, the sun feeds those oranges and lemons and limes and tangerines, and it's that smell you get. If you think about when you crack that orange open, you stick your finger in there and it sprays that beautiful scent. It's also the time of year that the orange blossoms bloom on our trees. Oh my gosh. And it's not a smell that you get, I guess, where you're at with orange trees. And that's neroli, and that's a highly expensive oil, but to sit outside and smell the orange blossoms, and those are all uplifting. They're all natural antidepressants. They're all things that are sunshine. It's like liquid sunshine when you use those essential oils. See where I'm at with my notes. You could use those. Also using peppermint is another one that you can use, because peppermint is very awakening. Like if you're sleepy or if you're in a classroom doing a class, you can use peppermint to kind of make you more alert. That's another essential oil that we can use for the springtime, or any type of a mint oil that you can use, peppermint, spearmint. Those are very, everyone loves the smell of peppermint. At least I do anyway. And a good peppermint oil smells really, really good. Then you can use some herbaceous oils, looking at that earthy thing, because Aries is a fire sign. So you want to kind of balance it out and use a little bit of something that's earth so you don't have too much fire. You can use basil, which is really good. Clary sage is really also a really good one. But you have to be careful with clary sage because it's technically very close to cannabis. And if you use a little bit too much clary sage, you can get kind of a high or a buzz from clary sage.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, because it's a salvia. it's a salvia plant, so it does have some of the same constituents that the cannabis does. And then also rosemary, which is always very cleansing and very healing to using rosemary. So and then rose geranium and lavender, of course. And by the way, if you don't like lavender, it's because you're a type A personality, because lavender forces you to go to a place of calm and relaxation. And most people say, I hate the smell of lavender, are really very busy brained and they never slow down. So if you want to get to the point as your intention this year to slow yourself down and to not be so monkey brained, start to learn to like lavender. That will help a whole bunch. And then laurel is another one. So is that helpful? Did I talk too fast?
No, you're good. Robin would like to know, where do you suggest we purchase good oils?
When you purchase your good oils, you want to make sure that you find someone that is ethical on how they collect their oils, that they're organic, because what they do if they're non-organic, if you picture like a field of lavender that's been grown and the machines come through and they cut all the lavender down and then they throw all of the lavender in the distiller, because lavender is steam distilled to get the essential oil on. Not only are you getting the lavender, but you're also getting all the weeds that were growing along with the lavender plants, any bugs that might have been in the lavender that are getting this. So it's all getting distilled so it can kind of get adulterated. So you want to be careful. I like Mountain Rose Herbs. They sell some amazing essential oils that are organic and ethically gathered. And they replace what they take, which is really important. We can't wipe out our plants and our natural plants. Right. Yeah, it's important that they replace what they take. So it's there for the next time. And I use another company called Florcopia. Just look for like organic. I don't use any of the multi-level marketing oils. That's not my area that I use, but Mountain Rose is a good one, and Florcopia is a really good one. He's an Ayurvedic practitioner, so he's really, really careful about what he gets, and his oils are amazing. And then I've bought some bulk stuff that I buy other times. So
now you like intuitively using your, and we can do 1 or 2 readings if you want. We'll see how it goes.
Sure.
But intuitively, you make up your own oils for a client, correct?
I do.
And I know Priscilla actually, and I'm going to put her on the spot. Sorry, Priscilla. I know that you have used Ginger's oils. Is that correct?
Yeah, I sent it to her. Yeah.
Yeah. She still can't get used to vetiver.
Vetiver is very grounding. Vetiver will pull you down hard. Vetiver is used for kids with ADHD. So if you have a tendency to be a little busy brained on that end, but vetiver is really, really grounding. Maybe start with just a little bit. What if you hate the smell of lemongrass? Oh gosh, who hates the smell of? Well, everybody's entitled. Lemongrass is another one of those enlightening ones, but lemongrass is I want to say it's a mental oil, if that makes sense. It's used against mosquitoes for one thing, but
right, yeah.
But it's a mental oil, so it puts you like almost in I don't know how to find the word, a professor-like mental status. It kind of puts you where you can concentrate on that level, and if you're not used to getting that deep, it's like a deep oil, then you might not like it. You might, or maybe you're reacting to it because of a psychological, something that's happened in the past, something you were exposed to in the past, maybe as a child. It reminds you of something or someone that smelled that way, and you could have that physical reaction because of a memory. So it could be due to a memory. Yeah.
Very true. Now, Robin said, thank you, great resources. Christina, I'm going to have to agree with you. Christina says, I always heard that when you don't like the smell of something, your body needs it.
Yeah, pretty much when you don't like the smell of it. And you have to try to figure out why. What does that oil represent? And why may you not like the smell of it? I didn't like the smell of roses, the rose oil. I had to really think about why, because roses are a beautiful smell, but the essential oil bothered me because it's also used in a perfume that someone wore that I didn't like, that was mean to me as a child. So every time I smelled that, I associated that smell to that person. So I had to do some work and some forgiveness work to get through that, so that I could use that oil without having any issues. So
Mary says, never liked the smell of vetiver myself. Robin says, any stones or oils for confidence? Asking for a friend. Before you answer that one, Priscilla says, Elias, the oils you sent me were from Ginger. Are you talking about Ginger recommending a few oils? Ginger sent you. It was around November, right?
Yeah.
And Ginger sent you something from her, from me to her to you. That was a special blend for you that Ginger made up. I don't know if you ever got it.
I never heard, so I assume she got it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it back.
Yeah. Any stones or oils for confidence?
I would want to know a little bit more about what area of confidence you're wanting. Is that self-confidence or confidence in being able to perform a task? That sounds like a little more compliment, but confidence is you could use a grounding oil, because sometimes when we're not confident in something, we have a tendency to be anxious. Right. So you could find something that's an anti-anxiety. Lavender is an anti-anxiety that you could use. Vetiver is an anti-anxiety. Frankincense is really good for confidence if you want to use that. Depending on what the area is, if it's a fear, the fear of stepping out type of confidence, I would have to know just a little bit more if they wanted to get like perfect. But those would be 3 good ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love lavender, citrus, peppermint, frankincense. Awesome. Priscilla said, I did not get that. So, see, here's the thing, guys. I mean, I'm resending everybody that was in a contest. I'm resending things like little by little. Like I'm waiting a week to see if somebody gets it.
Oh my
and
God.
then I'm waiting a week. Yeah. So that was like November, right?
It was for her birthday. Was it?
Oh, that's October.
Yeah. It was for her birthday.
For her birthday. Yeah.
Oh,
see, guys, I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. It was a beautiful blend. I wrote it down, though, what I did.
Okay. Pat Johnson says, I'm allergic to most essential oils. When I smell them, I start getting asthma and my voice gets squeaky immediately. Yes, I'm special. You are special, but you're special in a good way.
And people can be allergic to the essential oils. Yeah.
Now, Megan says, I like to infuse herbs and flowers in my oils. What flowers would you recommend to ease negativity or negative energy?
So I would look at a yellow flower of some sort. Calendula is one that's really good. Chamomile, if you're going to use a flower, you can infuse chamomile into an oil. Calendula is great. Not only once you infuse it in an oil is it great for negativity, it's also really good for skin and skin issues when you use calendula. What other flowers would you put in? You could always use rosemaries are too small. If you're going to use like a flower to put in there, roses are hard to infuse though. Your best bet is like a chamomile or a calendula. Those are really sturdy flowers that are really good for infusing into an oil, that are antidepressants and uplifting and will dispel energy.
Robin says, oh, sorry. Whoops. Maybe a citrine crystal for courage. Yeah. Oils for children that get hyper or tantrums.
Hyper or tantrums. So vetiver is one that you can use on children but also for children, hyper or tantrums, you can kind of make what I used to call a monster spray, but it can also be used you would use lavender and bergamot. Are 2 that you can mix together for children. Those are really good and they're safe for children, using lavender and bergamot. You could also use a little bit of vetiver. But I would dilute it really well. So
Priscilla says, I was so confused. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Yes, my birthday was in October.
I am worried about it. I'm sending it back to you again. That bothers me because I had made an oil for you.
Yes. Megan says, thank you. Sue Melman, not understanding this. How about the weed with the puffball? The weed with the puffball.
Puffball.
The weed, the big long weed, I'm guessing, with the big poof ball.
Is that dandelion?
I guess so. I guess it would be
I think
dandelion.
that's dandelion. I
Okay.
don't know about the weed with the pawpaw. Dandelion is just good for. You could use the flowers, but they're edible as a lot as, and so are the leaves. So
And as Greek people, we eat dandelion greens.
yes, really good for liver cleansing and helping you urinate if you have urinary problems. Yeah, the yellow flower.
Yeah.
Yes, dandelion.
Dandelion.
Mhm.
Danielle says, a friend sent me Melissa in 2020 to help during a rough time. Have you tried that one?
I love Melissa. And if your friend sent that to you, she must really, really love you because that's an expensive oil. It only grows on Corsica in the Italian Sea. It's
Oh,
only
wow.
so if you got Melissa from a friend to help you through a rough time, that is a very highly spiritual oil. And it's considered a crown chakra oil. And yes, it is very good for helping through depression and helping. And if you got Melissa, she loves you because that's an amazing gift. I have a vial that's like about this big of Melissa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Julie has a question. She says, hi, Julie. Dealing with a cancer person, very tired. Is there an oil to help with this?
So with the tired cancer person, I would want to probably know, are they tired because of the chemo that they're going through? Is it a depressive type of a tired is what I would look at. I would look at uplifting oils with them. Oranges, lemon, your bergamos, your limes. Lime is really, most people stay away from lime, but lime actually activates your inner child. So it's like an amazing essential oil. But I would use with very tired, I would find things that are uplifting and antidepressant. So I would go with more of citrus oils for them. But then again, I would need to understand more about the very tired, the physical, mental, spiritual tired, both. So physical. Hi, Julie. Yeah, I would aim at the antidepressants, I think would help. So, and if they're having muscle cramps and pain, you could use some frankincense. And always remember with citrus oils, they are photosensitive. So if you put them on your skin and you're out in the sunlight, it can actually help cause a burn. So always blend your oils either in an unscented lotion or in a hairier oil like olive oil or almond oil or coconut oil. Always add it to something. Add it to your skin. So.
Hello, Lisa. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So, okay, so let's do a little bit of because I want to also spotlight that Ginger is a medium and psychic. And even though we're talking about planting seeds of intention, if we have that as the topic about intention, does anybody have an intention question? Like, my intention is to do this. What's blocking me from my intention? Or don't you like that one? That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I tell clients that all the time. I'm like, what's blocking you? You know, what if you have this, what's happening? So let's see. Sounds like Melissa and I need to get together. That's cute. Doesn't Christina have a great smile? She's such a great smile.
Christina's a really great lady. She really is. I know her. She's really.
You know her.
Yeah, I do know her. Thank you for following us over here. Christina, this is Elias, and he does amazing meditations, and they would be really good for you. So you should tune in to his morning meditation time. So
next one is Sunday. They're Wednesdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
I didn't do it today because I thought I was going to get the shot today. And I got so freaked out about getting the shot today. And then I got to Walgreens and my shot's tomorrow. So
nice trip. Got outside.
Yep. Oh, yes. How do you figure out what's blocking you? Well, my dear. Okay, here's Karen. My intention is to develop my mediumship. What's blocking me, please?
I have it. Do you have it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. It's fear. It's fear of not being right. It's fear of not thinking that you have it. It's fear of seeing a dead person because that's the first thing with being mediumship is that fear that you're actually going to see somebody or they're going to start showing up in your house. But the fear of not being right, also the fear of judgment, is another really huge thing that I feel that's going on with you. So, and jump in and let us know how that goes. What about you, Elias? I'm thinking it's fear-based.
And I'm thinking the fear of not getting it perfect, not getting it right is like what you said. April says, my intention is learning self-confidence. My block is low self-esteem.
April, I'm going to ask you, and this is something I feel that self-confidence and that low self-esteem is being caused by someone around you. I think there's someone that is holding you down and trying to, and that's not supportive. That's another word to say that they're not supportive with you. And learning the self-confidence and the self-esteem, the first thing you need to do is love yourself. Learn to love yourself. And everybody hates that. They go, why do you always have to tell me to love myself? But it's learning to be okay with who you are, and learning that you're okay in this body that we've come in to be into. Some of that low self-esteem is not liking the body that we're in, or our hair, or the color of our eyes, or the color of our skin. Learning to love that part of that. That being okay with who you chose to come in to be. Does that make sense? What about you? What about you?
I know April really well, so I'm going to leave that for you.
Okay. So, I feel there might be someone around that's not really supporting you as well as you need to be supported. And maybe you need to look at those boundaries, and then also working with that. I'm going to say there's a body like issue that you have going on, and just pick a body part and start to love one part at a time. And be okay with it.
And the block could be work related too. It doesn't have to be familial. So, Lisa, I lived a lot closer to me when I was living in Melrose Park. That's true. So, Lisa, I left Chicago and I moved to Sterling to get married. And I was married for 2 years, and I am now divorced. I've been single for 9 months now. So, now I'm in Sterling and thinking of where my next move should be. So
come this way.
I would love it if it wasn't so HOT.
Oh, well, they make air conditioning for that.
They do. Danielle says, my intention is to get an amazing job offer this month of April. What might be blocking me, if anything? Oh, this is a good one, Danielle. Okay, I got it. What about for you? Okay. So Danielle, what I'm picking up for you is what's blocking you is limiting what you want. So if your job offer is, let's say you want an increase of $5,000. So just be open to $5,000 or more. Or if you're, you have to, what I'm getting is, here's the image that I'm getting. It's like the grandmother or grandfather that slipped extra money in your pocket. And you're like, no. I only want the $1, not the $10. So be open to receiving that job offer or better.
Yeah. She's worthy.
Yeah, you're worth more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Karen says, yes, not being right. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Self-care is important. So true. Okay. See, this is why I like StreamYard, but then if I miss something, it goes.
I know. Yeah.
My intention is to hone into what my gift is, and I use it. I honestly don't feel like I'm good at much.
She does have gifts. And hang on, let me sit with what that is. Michelle, I'm feeling you have the ability to look at people and to read people. I think you're very good at reading people as far as looking at them. You can tell empathically is one of your big gifts. You're empathic.
Right.
And that's the hardest one sometimes to be, because you pick up on everybody else's shit. So sorry if that word offends somebody. That's my favorite word. Yep. But you pick up on everybody else's shit. So having that empathy and saying that you don't feel like you're good enough and much, maybe the fact that you're actually picking up on everybody else's feelings. So I think for you, your gift is being an empath, and that being an empath can step up into that psychic part of that. And I think you need to look into, one of the docs is how to empath survival guide. I can't think of who the doctor is that wrote that. But reading up on empath and learning how to process what your feelings are and what everybody else's feelings are. And once you separate those, then you'll actually be able to start doing psychic readings. That's what I'm picking up on.
And I just got that you're very much an empath. So learning how to know and identify what is yours and what somebody else's. So important.
Very much.
Robin says, my intention is to lose weight and get healthy. My block is I get distracted and put myself last.
And you know Robin so, right? So I have to.
Yeah, I know her.
And Robin, you like food too. So that, I think that is another thing that might cause a little bit of the weight loss and to get healthy, because you like food. And changing those eating habits, I think, is a big thing. I'm going to look at her thing again, what she said. Changing your eating habits is good, and going healthy. You're not the type of person I see that would sit and just be satisfied with a salad with a bunch of stuff in it. I think that cold foods for you, it's okay. I'll have a salad every now and then, but you like warm food. Warm food is a comfort thing to you. So finding foods for you that are warm and comforting, but maybe have a different caloric intake, maybe cut back on the carbs, maybe more of lean meats and warm vegetables, I think is important, because you can't just be one to have soup and be okay with it, or a salad and be okay with it. You have to have that comfort because it's important to you. So I would look into warm foods that are lower in, not necessarily calories, cut carbs is a big first thing to start with. And it's okay. Lots of nice, warm, healthy foods. Maybe cut back on some of the red meat, eat more chicken, turkey, fish, those type of things.
I had a delicious salmon yesterday. I made it Greek style. So I just put pepper, oregano, and then I baked it. And then there were two fillets in the package. So I baked both of them. I had one for dinner. I had it with a big, like a cup and a half of French style green beans. And so good. And that's all I wanted. And then I took the other fillet, let it cool down, put it in the refrigerator. And today for lunch, I had a leafy salad with cucumber, baby cucumber chopped in there. And then I took the salmon and I broke it up and mixed it all in there and put a little balsamic vinaigrette. So filling. So good.
Yes,
so
and
good.
You just made my stomach growl. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
That's. I hope that helps, Robin, because it's hard. Comfort food is important.
Yeah.
We all have to have that.
April said, very true, very upset with everything about me. Mine has to be fear of failure and not being perfect. Megan, yes. And we'll say this towards the end, guys, real quick.
Nobody's perfect.
Right. I've been attention for the past 20 years to clean and organize a room to become craft room. It ends up being a storage closet. So Donna, I'm going to say this to you. How bad do you want that to be a craft room? And here's the piece. What is it about you crafting that you're avoiding?
Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
That's a good one. And a storage is a way of us to hold on to things in our life that are important. When we do the storage room, maybe look at the storage room and say, look at what it is you really need to keep. What's important and why is it a storage room? Yeah.
I guess I have to figure out how to overcome that fear of perfection, like everything I do. Yes, Megan. And I think we talked about that at one time, right? I mean, I had the whole perfection piece and I had to just let go of, it's not always going to be perfect. It's not. I even have, on one of my retreats, I screamed into the fire, perfection. And I cut that word, like I try not to say perfect. What I say is excellent. Or even when I fix something, I don't say perfect, I say done. So excellent, brilliant, or done.
I say ta-da.
Ta-da! I like that too. My intention is to move and leave this abusive relationship. My block is fear of success and being on my own.
That's one I know of, and I understand. So I'm trying to think of how to word this for you, Priscilla. Um, Abusive relationships have a tendency to make you think you're not enough and that you'll never be able to do anything on your own. So you stay in that situation because you know no different. And it's a fear of stepping out and not having. Sometimes, gosh, I'm just trying to figure out you are enough. And that's part of the abusive relationship is they make you feel like you aren't enough. Breaking that cycle is just having to take the leap of faith and stepping away. Gosh, this is a tough one. That's almost one like Elias would have to really sit and talk with you, because I've been in a couple of those situations and I really had just had to get to enough to the point that I just wasn't going to take it anymore, and finding someone and a couple of friends that are very supportive for you and just stepping away. And once you get away from that abusive relationship, you'll look back at it and think, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have a tendency to manipulate you in a way that you really don't even know that it's happening. So getting positive friends around you with positive attitudes, working, I'm sure she works with you, Elias, and finding ways to be brave. You can get out.
Right. And that might be a really good song to play. Brave by Katy Perry.
Yes. Be brave.
My intention is to figure out, oh, look at your new picture, Mary Love. I like the butterflies. My intention is figuring out my new purpose in life. My block is not knowing how to figure it out. So what I would say with this intention is, my intention is to try something new each day. See what that brings to you. Mm-hmm. Danielle says, come to Boston. You know, Danielle, I was supposed to come to Brookline. I really was. And I'll bring Ginger with me. Why not? We'll go. I'll bring her when it's not cold, so she doesn't freeze.
Yes, I would freeze. I'm a lizard. I have to have my rock to stay warm on.
I have friends in Sterling. Awesome. Christina says, my intention is to move up in my work position as a manager, but I've been blocked for a while.
I know her, so I'm going to let you pick up on this one.
Okay. So, Christina, here's the interesting piece. And please know this is from my heart when I say this. How bad do you want to be a manager? And if you want to be, what is blocking you by speaking up of letting that be known? And what is needed for you to move through a communication piece and self-confidence piece? Because if you want to be, here's the thing, guys, and this is what we're getting to. Here's the thing with intention. All of you have stated what your block is. Do you realize that? You already have stated what it is. So the intention is there, the block is there. Now, how do you shift it? You shift it by doing what is getting you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And that is, you know, you can shake a rattle, you could put a drop of oil on, you could hold a stone, but unless you do something with it, it's going to be there. Let's use a couple more.
I wonder how many of them are having hip pain issues, because that's that failure to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Danielle says, I'm having a blonde moment. Are you saying that I need to work on being more open and not so specific, or more open to being worthy? This was Danielle about your job, correct? About asking, you have a job coming up, a position that you would like to ask for an offer. So I'm going to say, so listen to this. Being more open will also let you know that you're worthy. I am open to receiving what I need for my highest good because I deserve it, because I'm more than worthy of it. I'm more than enough. So you're saying, again, when you say yes to the universe says yes back.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. Maricela, good to see you, my friend. My intention is to grow in my business, but I'm afraid of always what people may think or not be. Good at it.
Oh my, isn't that always a struggle with people that really do something where they step out and are their true selves, that they're so afraid of what people, you know, a lot of people are going to like you and a lot of people are not going to like you. A lot of people are going to approve of you and a lot of people are not going to approve of you. I say don't worry about what people are going to think. Follow your heart, follow your path, and know that those that are your tribe will be there for you. Your community will be there for you. And I have to say, when I first came out, literally like on the internet and doing all this stuff, I lost a lot of people that I thought were friends, all trickled and went away. But that's okay. We weren't truly really good friends if they trickled away from me. The ones that stuck around are the people that believe in me and trust in me and know that I am who I am. So if I answered that correctly, I'm just going to say, don't worry. It's hard to do that, but don't worry about it. Be you.
So I'm going to go a little faster, guys, okay? Because I want to honor Ginger's time. So Sue Melman, I'd like to know which Claire I'm most sensitive to. I'm sensitive enough. I would say it's the E Claire, is what I'm just kidding.
Oh, making me hungry again.
Which Claire I'm most sensitive to? I really think it's your Claire sentient, your feeling. What do you think, Ginger?
I agree. I was going to say the empath part. Yep.
I am healthy. Yes. Nan. Hi, Nan. I'm liking the white shirt peeking out from the black beanie. You're looking like a Greek priest. Thank you very much. Bless you. Okay. Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to, but if I do it like this, it's better. But see, then it doesn't look good. I just like wearing a white shirt underneath the black. I know. I feel like a priest. I know. Thank you. Yes, and I struggle with it constantly. Okay, then let's shift it. Let's shift it, guys. I so get that picking up on things instantly, constantly needing to ground myself. Meditation at least 2 times daily, pardon me, sometimes more, came into my gift as an empath a few years ago. Always knew that something was literally pulling at my heart to help and just... Excellent. And those of you that are empaths, please ground yourselves. Please ground.
I drop a veil. Around me, and it's got little hearts in it. My veil has lots of little hearts in it. And the only thing that's allowed to come through that veil are things from the highest good and from love. That way I can't pick up on everything else around me, because I worked in a hospital. So you walk in there as an empath and you might as well just, you pick up on every single thing. So also dropping a veil or doing some type of protection around you is very good.
So. Kathy says, my intention is to have healthy boundaries. Let's just do a quick back and forth. I would say for that is learn that no is a complete sentence.
No means no. Yep.
Priscilla Yeomans, I can relate. Kathy's praying for you, Priscilla, and praying for strength. Melissa, Karen's been in your shoes. Donna says, thank you, thank you. Priscilla does help me a lot. Priscilla does help me a lot. She does. And I help her. Brave, beautiful song. Yes, I know that. Danielle says, yes, see how I'm doing this. Emmy, so good to see you. Yay! I'm so excited that Emmy is taking the Liz Dawn class on speaking, and I'm afraid to do a good job in the video in case I win. 3 winners get a free speaking class.
That's yours. You did that. Wait, Let me see my pen the other way. There you go. Yes.
So, and I'm so... Emmy, if you need any pointers, call me. Okay, we'll talk. And I'm going to be on with Liz. I don't know when, but she's going to let me know. So I'm going to be on one of the lives with her in your speaking program. So I'm so glad you took it. So glad. And you'll be fine. Just be you on the video. That's all. The heart speaks for itself. And you have that, my friend. You have a good heart. Yes, what Ginger says. Awesome. You're welcome, Marisela. Kathy, thank you. I can do this. Yes, you can. And I'm not doing this fast enough. Yes, I get the feeling of the nursing homes and I have to meditate and love Eliza's meditation. Thank you, Kelly. So again, guys, Sunday at 8 p.m. Here's a deal real quick. Intention. You have the intention. You understand the block. Step out of the comfort zone and push yourself. If you need support, ask for it. And if you need any essential oils or anything, Go see Ginger. Go see Ginger.
You can message me on my page. Yeah.
Yes. And this is it, correct?
That is my webpage. Absolutely. You can message me from there or on my Facebook page, which is Ginger Parrack, or it's Ginger, Parrack Healing Heart Medium. Yeah.
Yep. And then you're welcome. You're welcome.
Nice horse.
Yes, beautiful horse, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Guided meditation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so
rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Thank you. Is there anything that you want to share with anyone? Anything that you're doing? Anything that they need to come and see you at?
Well, you can find me on my webpage, and that came up on the gingerparrack.com. Also on the Facebook page, Ginger Parrack Healing Heart Medium. And then I have a Instagram, Ginger Healing Heart Medium. And then also on Monday nights at 6 o'clock Arizona time, which would be 8 o'clock your time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I go on and I do a live Facebook page with a friend of mine, Noelle Manicam, and we go on and we like do quick card pulls and so forth, just to kind of let everybody know that we're there, and schedule a reading. I do psychic readings, mediumship readings, a combination of both. I also do spiritual counseling, and I do essential oil. I can come up with blends for people also on what they need. It's more of a tune-in type of thing. It takes a little longer to do for a personal blend, but I do that. Yeah.
I wish you were closer. I just love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
I really do. And you guys, she's got the cutest dog ever.
Let me see if I can see if she's where up there she is.
There she is.
That's there on the floor. I'll point down. She just went, oh, there she is on the floor. Lacey. There she is.
She's so cute.
She's snapping. She went to have her doggy Welch visit yesterday, and she got all of her shots, and unfortunately she had a little gland issue they had to fix, and that made her mad. But I think she's a little quiet today because she got all her shots yesterday. So
sweet baby. Emmy wants to know such nice vibes, Ginger. I'll follow you on Facebook. Where are you in Arizona?
I'm in Glendale. They call it Glendale, Arizona. Yep.
You're welcome, Kathy. I know she's really sweet. And then here's your Instagram. Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you.
Guys. That's awesome. Thank you, Danielle, for doing that. So, guys, come back Saturday. We have a special guest joining me. It's a secret. It's a mystery guest. So come back for Messages from Above. And you know what we should do, Ginger, sometime? Maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do it in May. Would you want to come back in May and we can do Messages from Above, you and I, back and forth? Absolutely. Okay. Because what I'm doing, it's on a Saturday, though. So it would be Saturday at 5 o'clock your time.
Sorry, I think my husband's home.
Okay. She's so nice. I really do. I think Ginger, guys, is just, she's a beautiful person inside and out.
You're a beautiful person too, inside and out. If it's a Saturday that I'm not working, I work every third Saturday, so we can absolutely look at the dates and see when. Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, I would
talk about it.
Sorry for loud barking, everybody. That was like.
No, don't worry about it. All right, guys. So as I always say on here, we come on here to connect. And when we connect, we educate one another. And when we educate one another, we grow. Mm-hmm. So there's a beautiful saying in the Mapuche tribe, and I always end with usually this. I usually end, there's unity and community. But I want to end this way. The Mapuche tribe in Chile says this: my healing is your healing. So thank you for my healing. And I appreciate you all. Ginger, you're always welcome. You're always welcome, my friend. Please know that, okay? I just love you to pieces. And guys, we've never physically met.
No, I've seen you. I saw you when you were here in Sedona. I watched you strutting around because you won the speaker thing. So proud of you.
Thank you.
But yeah, you'll have to get your butt back out here.
I will. I promise I will. All right, guys. Everyone have a beautiful night. Ginger, I know you got to get some dinner. And thank you, my friends. And
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful night, everyone. See you soon.